Hello fans and friends across the universe and welcome to my YouTube channel From Me to You. My name's Keir Smith. Now I posted a video not too long ago where I spoke about the first songs that I fell in love with by some of my favourite bands and artists. 6 big favourites of mine in fact. The Beatles, the Rolling Stones, Bob Dylan, David Bowie, REM and Nirvana. And I'll do another one of those videos soon for sure because, well, there's plenty of bands and artists to go through, but it was good fun casting my mind back to those first songs that I fell in love with. And I'll put a link down in the description box below for that video, should you care to watch it. Anyway, for today's video, I wanted to share with you the first solo Beatles songs that I fell in love with. And I would have heard these around the age of 14, 15 years old. I'm 43 now, so I'm casting my mind back some 28, 29 years. And if you're a bit of a music nerd, like I am, then these are quite nice memories to hold on to, I think. Now, the first solo stuff that I ever remember hearing was John Lennon via the John Lennon collection, which my brother Craig bought on CD. And I remember listening to this CD with my brother Craig and him pointing out how beautiful the song Imagine was. And of course he was right. And I really like that song. Of course I do. It's a classic. But the first song that I really fell in love with was Jealous Guy. Easy to see why, right? And through the years, I've always been of the firm belief that John's ballads are equally as beautiful and as moving as Paul's. John really touches my soft side in a very direct way, as is beautifully displayed in Jealous Guy. I think I was 14 when I first heard this song, but even at that tender age, I somehow appreciated the confessional tone of the lyrics, in spite of my underdeveloped heart and mind. Like I said, it's very direct songwriting and easy to understand, I think. I began to lose control. I was shivering inside. I was swallowing my pain. I could relate to that. And the admittance in the chorus too is a lovely thing. I didn't want to hurt you. I'm just a jealous guy. John's vocal is beautiful and it's wrapped up in these lush strings played by the Flux fiddlers and this beautiful piano playing from one of the best session musicians ever in my book, the wonderful Nicky Hopkins. Not only is it a Lennon classic, it's an all-time classic. It's an incredible song, very powerful, very moving. I love it. But would it be in my top 10 solo John Lennon songs? I haven't fully decided yet. It's on the edge. I first got into the Beatles when I was 14 years old, and George was my favourite Beatles to begin with, and this was largely down to the fact that I heard Love You Too on the Revolver album, and it blew my tiny little mind. And on the 4th of March 1996, I'd not long past 15 years old, and I went into HMV in Nottingham and I bought The Best of Dark Horse Years, 1976 to 1989. I had to get me some George solo stuff. And I know that date to be true and correct because inside that CD is the receipt from when I bought it. And that compilation opens with Poor Little Girl, and then you get to track 2, which is my pick here, Blow Away. And I really like the story behind this song, which I read some years later, where George was basically bemoaning the fact that he had a leak in his roof at his Friar Park home in Henley, England. But acknowledging that his minor problem here wasn't the be-all and end-all, he turned the negative into the positive by writing this cheery, uplifting and joyous pop rock song. And apparently George was mildly embarrassed about the simplicity of the song, but he needn't have worried. From the bright 3-note motif that opens the song and the slide and acoustic guitars that follow, this is pure melodic joy in my book. And sure, the verses rhyme well, they're easy, but that's a good thing. Day turned black, sky ripped apart, rain for a year till it dampened my heart, cracks and leaks, the floorboards caught rot, about to go down, I almost forgot. Onto that winning chorus that blows all of one's cares away. All I've got to do is to love you. All I've got to be is be happy. All it's got to take is some warmth to make it blow away. And George's slide guitar solo on this track in particular is absolute perfection too. And I was watching the great John Heaton on his YouTube channel where he was ranking his favourite solo Beatles songs. So all 4 of them he's got to choose from, and he chose Blow Away at number 1, which absolutely thrilled me. Having said that, it wouldn't be my number 1, but yeah, it'd be in my top 5 for sure. Now, the first time I heard Paul McCartney's post-Beatles work was via the All the Best compilation, which my oldest brother Liam had bought on CD. And there's some great tracks at the start of that compilation too. I think Jet and Band on the Run are both early on. But the first one where my heart really gave into was No More Lonely Nights, which I think is track 6. This gorgeous ballad from 1984 was from the album and film of the same name, Give My Regards to Broad Street. Now, say what you like about those. This, I think, is one of Paul's very best songs. And when I say very best, I mean it. Honestly, I can think of only a handful of Beatles songs by Paul that I prefer to this. It's very romantic and very emotive too, without being saccharine. I mean, some people said it was, and some people dismissed this song, but I think it's beautifully written. Now, you might quite reasonably be saying to yourself, this guy's a bit of a softie, isn't he? You know, jealous guy, no more lonely nights. And you, of course, are correct. I love these lyrics. May I never miss the thrill of being near you. Oh, you're still my beating heart. What a beautiful thing to say. But then for me, it's weighed off by this macho defiance almost, because I know what I feel to be right. But I must also say, I'm a real sucker for those na-na-na-nas in the verse. They're very lush. And I really like the call and dancer phrasing that rises as we head into the chorus via those big drums. And what a chorus it is. Paul sounds fantastic. He's in great voice here. When he sings day or night, I'm always there. Well, I for one am certainly glad you are, Paul, and you have been for around about 30 years, and it's been the best. Now, I was 15 or 16 when I first heard this song. It definitely came after hearing John and George's stuff, and I certainly wasn't listening to Pink Floyd at this point, who have gone on to become my second favourite band of all time, behind the Fabs, of course. And when I heard this song, I had no idea that it was the great Dave Gilmour playing guitar, but his solos, both mid-song and on the outro especially, are absolute scorchers. That guy is an absolute genius at making that guitar wail, as he does here. The solo mid-song is a bit more melodic, let's say, but the solo on the outro is striking and fierce and absolutely brilliant. I'd go as far to say it's among his best work. I really would. And apparently this song was recorded really quick. They went in and did it in around about 3 hours. This song is sensational. It's a gorgeous melody. Paul's vocals are great. The music's fantastic. It's perfect. 10 out of 10. And most definitely a top 5 post-Beatles Paul McCartney song for me. And last, obviously, but certainly not least, we have Ringo, whose solo stuff I came to via the Blast From Your Past compilation, which again I bought on CD at that same HMV store in Nottingham City Centre where I picked up the Best of Dark Horse years. Now, my brother Liam had borrowed the Concert for Bangladesh on video, yes, VHS tape, from his good friend Mark Kennedy, and naturally I was excited to sit and watch that, which I did a good few times. And of course Ringo plays It Don't Come Easy, and I was so enthused by how good a song it was, so I rushed out to get that copy of Blast From Your Past, and It Don't Come Easy is there, of course. This is a fantastic song, and Ringo needed a good song to step out of the shadows of the Beatles with. And by his own admittance, he was good for writing 2 verses and a chorus. Well, that's a very good start, of course, but he struggled to develop ideas past that point. But when you've got great friends like George Harrison, then you can brush these songs up rather nicely. And although he isn't credited as a writer on the song, he is as a producer, and there's little doubt that George had a good hand in helping Ringo to write this song. And George helps here by bookending the song with that guitar motif and providing an excellent guitar solo too. And Ringo sounds good. He sounds confident. This is good stuff. And you know, I've never made a big deal about Ringo's voice. I rather like it. It is what it is, I guess. And, you know, no airs and graces, but he sings a good song. I don't ask for much. I only want trust. And you know it don't come easy. Simple stuff, but it's good. It's a really catchy song, and I really like the female backing vocals that you hear during the guitar solo when they go woo woo, and the use of horns here too. Very well done. I really like those. And apparently there was some dispute on how the final verse should be, with George wanting it to be about Krishna and then God, and apparently the pair finally settled on peace. But yeah, It Don't Come Easy is a fantastic song, and it was a big hit for Ringo. And it would most definitely sit in my top 10 Ringo Starr solo songs. So there you go, the first 4 Beatles solo songs that captured my heart. Jealous Guy, Blow Away, No More Lonely Nights, and It Don't Come Easy. So tell me, which song's got you first? Please leave your memories down in the comment section below. And as always, thank you so much for stopping by and watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you for the next video sometime soon. Bye for now.